304 going off at Transmike by Ringo, please.
Yeah, thanks, 304.
It's about time. He's over there.
You all right, mate?
No, he's not all right.
Right, where's it all?
No rush, it's all over. Listen, everything back to normal.
The manager?
No, he's not here, but got your pass? Thanks. I'm in charge.
So what happened?
Okay, we'll get you to hospital. Can you walk to the car?
What are you going to do about him? You've got to lock him up. He's crazy. He went crazy.
Look into it, okay?
The barman asked him to leave and he objected, so he started a fight.
Okay, was anyone else injured?
No, he started, he was the only one injured.
All right, what about witnesses?
You all right?
Yeah, just taking those two to the hospital.
Good on you.
Hey, there was no need for what he did. Just no need.
You want to come to the hospital with us?
Yes, I do. But I'll be making a statement.
Yeah, you do that. Tell your boyfriend he's barred.
Don't worry, no one will come here once word gets around.
In your dreams, sweetheart.
Perhaps you better show us these witnesses.
Yeah, certainly. Come straight through.
He's got possible head injuries as well as 2 cracked ribs. Can't you charge him?
Who?
The bouncer.
Well, if he used excessive force, we can. But you know he's claiming Terry started it.
He would.
Well, do you want to give me your side of the story?
It's not our side. It's the truth.
Okay.
Well, we'd ordered fresh drinks. The prices were really steep there. We left them on the table and we went to dance, but someone came up and cleared them away. So Terry went to the barman and complained. Then the bouncer and a couple of his mates came up.
Were you with Terry at the time?
I was at the table, but I could see it all. The bouncer started shoving Terry, and then he hit him.
Only the bouncer, or was anyone else involved?
No, just him. But he kept on hitting him, even after he was down.
You said that Terry Walsh hit you first.
That his name. Yeah, he hit me first.
Or did he push you or shove you? Or did he throw a real punch?
Oh, no, he threw a real punch.
Where did it connect?
Here.
Was there a bruise or abrasion there?
What, do you want to see my body, do you?
Just take your shirt off, will you, mate?
Here. He hit me here, winded me. But I keep pretty fit, so I don't bruise easily.
Would you say that he was of slight build? You can put your shirt back on now, thanks.
He's about the same height as I am.
Just answer the question, mate.
He plays football. He's not that bloody slight.
But don't the terms of your employment require you to keep order without using unnecessary force? Well, aren't they the terms under which you're employed?
Listen, Constable Doyle. I judged that I used the necessary force. He's a local. He had mates there. If I hadn't stopped it quickly and efficiently, it may have got out of hand, and believe me, more people would have got hurt.
Okay, check this to see if it's a true record of what happened, and if it is, sign at the bottom. Thank you.
They're keeping him overnight. I'll get a statement in the morning.
When you do, tell him I'm thinking about bringing an action against him for assault.
You might find that he has a case against you.
I don't think so. He was asked to leave peacefully and refused. I had every right to eject him. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, if you're not doing anything later, why don't you come down to the club or buy a drink?
I think I'll go straight home, thanks.
To what do we owe the honour, Sergeant?
You and I need to get a few things straight.
Such as?
I wasn't too pleased to see this place open up again. I'm even less pleased this morning.
We had a little trouble last night. I mean, routine stuff.
You do realise I have the power to revoke your licence?
Yes, but last night hardly warrants that.
Another incident like last night's, I wouldn't hesitate to close you down.
What, you want all the kids in the district tucked up in bed by 9 p.m, is that it?
No, the kids need somewhere to go at night. No one disputes that. The place needs to be run properly.
Well, that's why I've got myself a good bouncer.
Not according to my constables. Look to them like excessive force.
Oh, a fine line, Sergeant, wouldn't you say?
He does understand that he can be charged with assault just like anybody else.
I'll tell him what you said. Look, with his help, I can keep the hoons in line and everyone happy.
As long as you can keep him in line. All right?
What do we got, Greg? A bouncer from a new nightclub and his mates taking on some of the local footballers.
All right, eh?
Yeah.
You mug! What are you doing here?
Stand back! I said stand back!
Guys, break it up!
Just sit down! Sit down, fellas! Stay there!
Hey! I said sit down!
Mount Thomas 308 to VKC.
Go ahead, Mount Thomas 308.
Yeah, code 9 at the fitness centre on Moore Street, Mount Thomas. Code 9 at the fitness centre on Moore Street.
Could I have more on that thing, 308? Response
Right, you two, and get back over there. Now you, I told you to sit down, now go!
Yeah, get out! You stay! Come here!
There's an ambulance on its way, boss.
Righto, what happened and how did you get hurt?
I don't know, I didn't see it.
You, I told you not to move. You're under arrest and so's your mate.
Oi, oh, okay, relax. It's over, it's all over.
Get over there and keep them apart.
Wayne, don't call off that code 9, will you? Maggie? PJ?
Yeah.
I'll go in with Maggie. You stay here and sort this bloody mess out, will you?
Righto. So, how did it start?
Well, I was working out down there with a couple of mates. These hoons came in, reckon they had a grievance.
And what did you do?
Told them to cool it.
They didn't take any notice of you?
No, they didn't.
Did you see the constable go down?
They must have been looking the other way.
But you were the one nearest her.
Listen, mate, I had my hands full. I mean... What, are we stringing this out or something?
A police officer was assaulted in the course of her duty.
Look, what she did, she waded in the middle of a brawl, right? Now, even I'd think twice about doing that.
Right. So what are you saying?
Well, a woman does something like that, she's gonna get hurt.
What, did you hurt her?
Come on. I'm a security officer. I was trying to protect her.
You didn't make much of a job of it.
Well, neither did you blokes.
Go on, you. All right, park yourself there, will you? All right, what happened?
A few of us went down the gym to have a word to the bouncer and a couple of his mates.
More than a word, I reckon.
Oh, well, turned out that way.
Now, did you blokes go there with the intention of starting a fight?
Nah, mate, with the intention of issuing a warning.
Hey! Hey!
Winner.
Take it easy, all right?
You too, sunshine.
Greg, will you come through, please?
So, who do you reckon actually started the fight then?
Well, it's one of them.
It was the bouncer, wasn't it?
No.
Really? Which one then?
It's that idiot over there. Got offended by something that was said and had a swing at one of our blokes. And then it was on. Wasn't a bad stoush, eh? Till that lady got hurt.
Now, do you see that happen?
No, mate, you had me pinned down the far corner, remember?
Did you see anyone hit the constable?
No, they were all milling about. I didn't see anything till she was on the floor and out to it.
Who was near her?
The bouncer from the new nightclub, he was close. A couple of his mates. About 3 or 4 of the footballers. There was about a half a dozen around her.
She's still unconscious, but the tests are all normal. She's responding to stimuli, fingerprint tests and so on. Do you know what happened?
We're interviewing the witnesses now.
She must have taken a pretty solid blow. More than one, probably. I'll give you a call if you like, as soon as she comes round.
I'd rather stay.
Could be a while.
They know where to find me if they need me.
If you want, you could sit in with her. Talk to her a bit. These days they say it's better for the patient to have some stimulus.
What do I do?
Just talk to her. Tell her a story. You can even sing if you want.
Sing?
Just talk then. The buzz is there if you need anything. I'll be back in a minute.
Maggie? Maggie, it's Tom. I know you probably can't hear me, but I'm talking anyway. I just wanted you to... Well, I don't know if I would have wanted a daughter of mine in the force. It's not much of a bloody life for a woman, in my view. Probably just as well you can't hear me, eh? You wouldn't have liked that. Maybe I should sing.
Where was Maggie when you went in?
Behind us.
And Adam?
Near Maggie.
What was Maggie doing?
Same as us, trying to separate the combatants, warning them.
When Maggie went down, where was Adam?
Dunno. I didn't see him. I had my hands full. Nick?
Well, all of a sudden it went quiet. I turned around to see what had happened. And Maggie was on the floor and there was no sign of Adam.
Couldn't he have called the code 9 after he saw Mags go down?
Well, he could have, but he didn't because he wasn't there.
Hey, did I ever tell you about the giant Murray cod?
Have you heard any more about Maggie?
She's still unconscious.
No thanks to you, mate.
Wayne.
Why'd you do it? It was out of control. I judged it appropriate to call a code 9.
Listen to it, will you? He judged it appropriate.
Settle down, Wayne.
Maggie was still in her feet, wasn't she, when you went out to the car?
Yes, she was.
And in a situation that proved physically threatening to her?
Yeah, well, you were there. Both of you.
Adam, you were near her. We weren't.
Yeah, well, things were getting out of hand.
So you went scuttling out, didn't you, hey?
Righto, that's
Maggie
enough.
to get hurt!
Take it up. Now, I thought it was justified.
We'll talk about that in my office, mate. So, you called the code 9 before Maggie went down?
Well, I never would have, not if I'd known there was a risk to her.
Do you believe there was any risk to Maggie when you left?
Not really. Well, maybe a small one, yeah.
What about Nick and Wayne?
Not specifically, but the situation was looking pretty bad.
How bad?
You saw those bodybuilders? I mean, a couple of them look like Arnold bloody Schwarzenegger. Look, I thought the situation looked dangerous.
So on the one hand, you judged there was no great risk. And on the other, you judged it looked dangerous.
That's right.
You were the most junior officer there, Cooper. Shouldn't you defer to one of the others before taking the decision to call the code 9, remembering it means major trouble? That one or more officers are down?
Look, it was really noisy. They couldn't have heard me anyway.
Have you ever called a code 9 before, Cooper?
No, I've had no reason to.
But you know what happens. All police in the vicinity race to the scene, possibly putting their lives and the lives of others at risk. Now, do you understand the consequences of that? You realise I have to take this further, don't you?
Anyway, it was a nice warm day, and what with the rocking of the boat on the water, I must have drifted off to sleep. Well, suddenly, there was this enormous tug on the line. Now, your Murray cod can grate about 80 kilos. Anyway, this must have been a biggie because I wake up and I'm being towed along, upstream. Well, I have to hang on for dear life. At Robinvale, we scuttled half a dozen water skiers. At Swan Hill, we swamped a paddle steamer crammed with tourists. But at Echuca, things really started to get serious. This bloody giant Murray cod suddenly turns around and comes straight back towards me like a giant live torpedo.
How is she?
She's stable.
Nick and Wayne reckon Adam panicked. The code 9 wasn't justified. He left Maggie in it.
Do they now?
Things getting pretty tense. I think it's over to you.
Yeah, all right.
Boss. What happened to the giant Murray cod?
Never you mind. Well, just tell me what was happening immediately before you left the gym to call the code 9.
Well, Maggie was fronting the security guard from the nightclub.
The bouncer?
Yeah.
What do you mean, fronting him?
Well, she was saying something to him, warning him, I think, trying to make him step back.
Was anybody brawling at this stage?
Everyone. The place was out of control.
So that's when you left the scene to call a code 9?
Yeah.
When you left, were any of the other officers anywhere near Doyle?
No, not very near.
But you had been near her?
Yes.
Near enough for her to expect backup from you?
I didn't expect her to get hurt, boss.
Did you consider that you might get hurt?
You mean, is that why I ran out? I thought I was doing the right thing at the time.
All right, Constable. We need to talk to Doyle before we say more, but this isn't the end of this by any means.
Yes, boss.
Ta.
Your father's been informed. Of course, he wants to know if he should drive up here.
Oh, boss, tell him no. I'll be out of here by tomorrow.
Mags, the doctor says you're fit enough to tell us what happened.
I think I can remember.
What do you remember?
Arriving at the gym, moving in to break it up.
Could you identify who was near you at the time?
I think so.
Was the bouncer among them?
Yes, he was.
Was he closest to you?
I don't know. They were all milling around. I did go up to him, though. He was all wound up, a bit off the air, you know.
Hmm. Do you remember if anyone hit you? Pushed you? Shoved you?
Well, all I remember is being in the middle of it, and it goes blank.
All right, Doyle, that'll do for now. You rest up.
Beer, please, Chris. Did you hear what happened at the gym?
Yeah, I heard a bit of talk.
How much talk?
Town this size, something happens, everyone's talking. Everyone's an authority. Everyone saw or heard something different.
So what are they saying? Are they saying I ran out on Maggie? Chris, when they train you, they say if a situation looks out of control, don't deliberately put yourself in danger. Call for backup. It's bad policing to tackle something you can't handle.
Makes sense.
I don't know, Chris, does it? Or was I just scared? I kept going over and over it in my head. Still can't get to an answer I'm sure of.
Maybe there isn't one.
Look, I know this is going to sound sexist, but a female police officer, you just wouldn't expect her to get hurt in a brawl. What do you think?
I think it's probably sexist, and I think it's also probably true. Why don't you talk to Maggie about it?
Maggie?
Yeah, she's the one that counts most in this. See what she says about it.
Yeah, but she's also the one who's going to feel it the most, isn't she? You know, that I ran out on her?
Ask her.
The thing is, I left you alone in the middle of it all while I went to make the call.
So what?
So, I mean, I should have been there to help.
Adam, sit down. Now, nobody detailed you to look after me, did they? I went in there to break up a fight like any other police officer would have done.
Yeah,
and because I'm not 6'2" and made of muscle, you were supposed to protect me? That's rubbish.
You think so?
Yeah. Look, Adam, I went down under the weight of numbers. Even if you had been right beside me, there's probably not a lot you could have done.
Yeah, well, that's not how Nick and Wayne see it.
Then they're wrong. Just forget about it, it's over. Okay, forget it.
Hey, don't you crowd here. You might call the code 9.
I'll give it a rest, Wayne. You'd think I was the first cop ever to call one. In the city, they get called all the time.
Patterson, that's it. No more.
Mount Thomas Police. Every window? Yeah, all right. We'll be there in a few minutes. Trouble at Terry Walsh's. Somebody's upping the ante.
Looks like someone came round in a really bad mood. Righto. What time did it happen?
About 1:30 this morning.
Think it was one person or more than one?
Maybe more than one. It was all so fast, I didn't see how they could do it so quick.
A couple of guys around the house with baseball bats, be over in less than a minute.
I guess. Did the neighbours say anything?
They heard it. Didn't see anything. People can react slow at that time of the morning.
Around here they do.
Any idea who it might have been? No. No. Well, the thing that really puzzles me, Terry, is why you took so long to report it. Now, if this happened at, what, 1:30 in the morning, we heard from you 8 hours later.
We were told we had to report it.
Who by?
Because of the insurance. The agent said so.
So what do you want us to do, eh? Make a report and file it in a drawer? Trouble is, we're sticky beaks. When things happen, we usually want to find out who did it and why. We don't know.
But we do know one person you've run foul of lately. How about him?
Wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. Well, you listen to me. You may think you're the injured party here, but for my money, you kept it on the ball. Now, I'm warning you and your footy team to keep away from the bouncer and his mates. Is that clear? Yeah. Good.
So what do you reckon?
I reckon they suspect the bouncer, but they're not saying.
Oh, your windows get smashed in your home in the early hours of the morning. It's pretty scary stuff.
Cooper? The question is whether it's some kind of reprisal or something more.
Well, whatever it is, I want it stopped now. Constable. Well, you'll be pleased to know that Constable Doyle's been cleared by the doctor.
Oh, that's great, boss.
All she needs now is rest. But there are still several issues that bother me. First, you left the gym to call a code 9 in a situation where the other officers present dispute the need for that call. Fortunately, there were no serious consequences. But the question remains as to whether your presence, either as a physical deterrent or as a witness, could have changed things.
A witness?
Well, somebody might have taken advantage of the confused situation to assault Doyle in the belief that no one was watching him. Unfortunately, that remains hypothetical. The thing that bothers me most is a third issue. And that's how you handle yourself from now on.
It won't happen again, boss.
No, probably not. And in the end, no one except you can tell whether it was an honest mistake on your part or a failure of courage.
Oh, even I don't know that, boss.
Then that's something you'll have to resolve with yourself. We all face these things every now and then. It's up to you whether you face it honestly or not.
Yes, Sergeant.
My problem as Sergeant of this station is the degree to which your confidence in yourself has been affected and the confidence of the other officers in you.
Yeah, well, they think I'm a cross between a chicken and a dunny rat.
Well, that's another matter that's going to need to be resolved, because that affects the confidence of the whole station.
And if it can't be resolved?
Then you and I would have to discuss the options.
Yes, boss. The roster's changed. So you've got me down to station. No outside
Wouldn't that
duty
suit
at
you,
all.
Adam?
No, it
Nothing
wouldn't
too
suit
scary, someone to hold your hand.
You've tried this thing in your own mind and judged it, Wayne.
And what happens next time one of us is in a tight spot? We're going to look around for you and find out you've disappeared?
That won't happen and you know it.
And how do I know that, Adam?
I changed the rosters, Adam. If you're not happy with that, you can go and have a chat to the boss.
I want a word with you.
I told the other blokes all I know.
I don't think you did. A policewoman's in hospital because of you.
Don't give me that.
Do you think she'd be there if it wasn't for you, do you?
I didn't hit her.
No. But my boss says you know who did. And I think so too. You're scared, aren't you? He's really scared you.
I told you. I don't know anything.
Next time it could be her. How are you going to feel when she's the one lying in hospital?
I don't have to take this crap. I could talk to your boss. Now wreck off or I will.
How are you, Max?
I've got a headache like you'd expect, but otherwise I'm fine.
When I saw you down on the ground with all those guys
Look, Wayne, I know. But I'm okay now.
Really?
Really. Listen, there's something that I'd like you to do for me.
Yeah, sure, anything.
Give Adam a break.
Did he ask you to ask me that?
Wayne, whatever happened the other day, it was really full on and confused. Try to give him a break, huh?
I want a word with Detective Hasham. I saw that mongrel hit your policewoman.
That mongrel being?
The bouncer. The guy who bashed me. The fight started up again, she turned around to look and he just king-hit her.
Well, this better be for real, Terry, if this is some sort of payback.
It's true. She went down. I think he might have kicked her as well, you know, from what I could see of his movements, but there were a lot of guys around, so I couldn't be sure.
But you're sure about the king hit?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Anyone else see it?
Just after she went down, the bouncer looked up at me. He knows I saw him.
Righto. Is that why you're afraid to tell us?
No, it's not for me. I can look after myself. It's Beck. I can't be there for her all the time.
Fair enough. Get his statement, Cooper. I've got enough to charge him.
Good. I'll take Wayne with you. Well, you better take Nick too.
He's at St David's.
Oh, he's pretty strong, this bloke. Unpredictable. You better take Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Something wrong, Patterson?
Not a thing, boss.
Good.
Cooper?
Hey! You stay here, mind the radio. Don't call anything or anyone without authority, all right?
Paul Reynolds, you're under arrest for the assault of a police officer at the fitness centre.
Assault me? Who says?
A witness. An independent witness.
No way. I mean, there were bodies everywhere. I might have bumped her.
Yeah. The witness says it was deliberate.
Well, what does the little blonde cop
We're
say?
not going to argue about it here, matey. I must inform you, you're not obliged to say anything. If there's anything you do say, maybe use an evidence.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Dougie, can you handle bail and a lawyer on this?
Sorry, mate. I'm out of this one. You're on your own.
I don't like your chances of bail. Come on.
Yeah, just hang on a second. Dougie, I just want to say...
Mate, resisting arrest, indictable assault on a police officer. You're gone, sunshine. Come on. Come on! It's really weird. You see the way he bit me?
Yeah.
Hey, PJ. The number on this bloke's security licence comes under another name.
Check out his vehicle reg, eh?
Here we are. This looks like him. Gary John Spry, wanted for serious assault in Melbourne.
No big surprise.
Hang on, there's a warning flag at the bottom of this.
Boss, I've got something pretty nasty here. The guy's HIV positive.
HIV?
What about Adam, boss? The guy bit him, drew blood. Where is he?
Well, he's probably still at the hospital. Should get one of the doctors to tell him, eh?
No, I should tell him. All right, we're going to have to contact everybody that was involved in that brawl at the gym. That's you two for a start.
Well, I had no direct contact that I know of.
Me neither.
I was a bit confused there. There was a bit of blood about.
The guy skinned his knuckles when he beat up Walsh. We believe the risk is slight, but you'll have to have a test.
HIV.
We're talking about antibodies, not full-blown AIDS.
Yeah, but that's what it can turn into, isn't it? For me as well.
Terry, just have your test and wait and see, okay?
How long is it? 3 months or something?
Well, in the meantime, you're going to have to take precautions.
So after this 3 months, if I find out I'm going to die of it, is there anything to stop me from going out and killing this bloke? Because I'd want to.
You wouldn't do it, Terry. You might think about it, but you wouldn't do it.
How's your wrist?
Okay. Shots were the worst bit.
Good.
Hey, do you want a coffee?
You're offering me a coffee?
Yeah, sure, mate. Take his.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks, mate.
The boss wants to see you too, Adam.
What have I done this time?
Nothing that I know of, mate. Nothing.
But you do know what he wants to speak to me about.
You'll have to go talk to him yourself, mate.
I'm being transferred, that's it, isn't it? Where am I going?
Just go have a chat with him, will you?
Oh, Adam, sit down.
Look, boss, can't we give it a bit of time? If it's a matter of the other officers' confidence in me, I'm sure...
Sit down, Adam, please.
Nick and Wayne were fine with me just then. Maggie's okay. I don't know about PJ, but I'm sure
Adam,
that he's...
this is not about a transfer.
Oh.
We believe that the man who bit you is HIV positive.
What?
The risk to you is not great, but You need to know, and you need to have tests.
He knew that when he bit me.
Well, we haven't interviewed him on the matter yet, but yes, we believe so.
He wanted me to catch it.
Maybe. Maybe not. But we'll do our best to find out one way or the other, because apart from anything else, it affects the charges that we lay against him. Listen, Adam, a man who's HIV positive could bite you a dozen times and you still wouldn't catch AIDS. It's carried in the bloodstream, not saliva.
Yeah, but it depends on the condition of his gums, doesn't it?
They've already taken blood from you at the hospital. They can test that now. You're just going to have to sit tight for 12 weeks. But if there's any support the rest of us can offer...
Thanks, boss.
I can also offer you counselling.
No, not yet. Maybe later. You heard what happened, how I got bitten?
Yeah. I hear most things. I'm really sorry, Adam.
Would you mind if I got a bit drunk?
No, not at all.
Well, they say the odds are pretty much against me getting it. It's really weird, though, you know. Everyone's treating me so nice all of a sudden. Like I'm being taken out and shot the next day.
I think it's something that everyone's a bit frightened of, and they just can't help being frightened for you too.
Yeah, well, I can tell you I'm not looking forward to the next 12 weeks.
Have you spoken to your mum and dad about it?
No, why?
Maybe you should think about letting them know. You might need their support on this one.
Yeah, I guess I should. Although I don't know how they'd feel about getting a letter. Dear Mum and Dad.
You could ring them. Parents are often good at this sort of thing. Much better than you expect.
Have you got some change?
Yeah, sure. No, don't worry.
Thanks, Chris.
What are you doing here?
I need to talk to him. Please, it's important.
Yeah, okay. If the boss sees you, it's down to you, all right?
Yeah, righto, thanks.
What do you want?
I just want to know why you bit me. I'm not asking as a police officer. I want you to tell me for me. Why'd you do it?
You grabbed me. I hate people grabbing me and hanging on. I get really upset.
Yeah, well, you're a lot stronger than me. I'm sure you could have broken my grip. Did you want me to get AIDS too?
I haven't got AIDS.
We've been told you're HIV
I was
positive.
married for 8 years. I was never gay. I hate gays. I hate having them in my clubs. I've twice lost a job, a good job, over a gay.
But you are HIV positive.
I've got some antibodies.
And you got it from another man?
You know how you can hate something? I mean, really hate something. And it drags you down. It drags you down and under. Do you know that?
Yeah, I can understand it, I think.
Yeah, well, I worked out in a lot of clubs with a lot of guys, and a guy who looks after his body can be a thing of beauty. I mean, I'd never go for a gay or a fag or a queen or... But you can get to a point where you just think about that body like sculpture. And then you can have a drink or take something, and the first time it happened, I tried to kill myself. I took sleeping pills enough to kill myself. I thought You believe me?
Yeah.
My wife found me. Got me pumped out, and I must have told her when I was half out of it, because you'd think someone would help you through something like that. She just left. I did what I did, and I see this as a judgment.
And if I get AIDS, is that a judgment too?
You grabbed me. You grabbed me. Why did you do that? You shouldn't have done that.
Now, muscles on your feet.
Are you scared, mate? A bit scared?
Three or four going off the Trench nightclub, then go, please.
Yeah, thanks, Rev.
It's about time. He's over there.
You all right, mate?
No, he's not all right.
Right, where's it?
No rush. It's all over. Listen, everything back to normal.
The manager?
No, he's not here, but got your pass? Thanks. I'm in charge.
So what happened?
Okay, we get you to hospital. Can you walk to the car?
What are you going to do about him? You've got to lock him up. He's crazy. He went crazy.
Look into it.
The barman asked him to leave, and he objected. So he started a fight.
Okay, was anyone else injured?
No, he started. He was the only one injured.
All right, what about witnesses?
You right?
Yeah, just taking those two to the hospital.
Good on you.
Hey, there was no need for what he did. Just
come
no
on,
need.
down. Do you want to come to the hospital with us?
Yes, I do. But I'll be making a statement.
Yeah, you do that. Tell your boyfriend he's barred.
Don't worry, no one will come here once word gets around.
In your dreams, sweetheart.
Perhaps you better show us these witnesses.
Yeah, certainly. Come straight through.
He's got possible head injuries as well as 2 cracked ribs. Can't you charge him?
Who?
The bouncer.
Well, if he used excessive force, we can. But you know he's claiming Terry started it.
He would.
Well, do you want to give me your side of the story?
It's not our side. It's the truth.
Okay.
Well, we'd ordered fresh drinks. The prices were really steep there. We left them on the table and we went to dance, but someone came up and cleared them away. So Terry went to the barman and complained. Then the bouncer and a couple of his mates came up.
Were you with Terry at the time?
I was at the table, but I could see it all. The bouncer started shoving Terry, and then he hit him.
Only the bouncer, or was anyone else involved?
No, just him. But he kept on hitting him, even after he was down.
You said that Terry Walsh hit you first.
That his name. Yeah, he hit me first.
Or did he push you or shove you? Or did he throw a real punch?
Oh, no, he threw a real punch.
Where did it connect?
Here.
Was there a bruise or abrasion there?
What, you want to see my body, do you?
Just take your shirt off, will you, mate?
Here. He hit me here, winded me. But I keep pretty fit, so I don't bruise easily.
Would you say that he was of slight build? You can put your shirt back on now, thanks.
He's about the same height as I am.
Just answer the question, mate.
He plays football. He's not that bloody slight.
But don't the terms of your employment require you to keep order without using unnecessary force? Well, aren't they the terms under which you're employed?
Listen, Constable Doyle. I judged that I used the necessary force. He's a local. He had mates there. If I hadn't stopped it quickly and efficiently, it may have got out of hand, and believe me, more people would have got hurt.
Okay, check this to see if it's a true record of what happened, and if it is, sign at the bottom. Thank you.
They're keeping him overnight. I'll get a statement in the morning.
When you do, tell him I'm thinking about bringing an action against him for assault.
You might find that he has a case against you.
I don't think so. He was asked to leave peacefully and refused. I had every right to eject him. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, if you're not doing anything later, why don't you come down to the club or buy a drink?
I think I'll go straight home, thanks.